Before you come down into your child's pose, grab your blocks, a strap. You can use a strap tonight. That would be great. But come down to a tabletop position. Bring your big toes to touch. Let your arms reach long in front of you. And draw your hips back toward the tops of your heels. Bring your forehead to the mat. And close your eyes. Allow your body to be heavy on the mat. And notice any sensations in your body. And then begin to notice your thoughts. And then allow them to drift away from your mat like a big fluffy snow cloud. Watch it just drift away. Bring your attention to your breath. And just allow your breath to flow softly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Sealing the lips on the inhale. Breathing in. Perhaps to the count of 4. And exhaling to your own count of 4. A few more rounds of breath here. Slow inhale, count of 4. Open mouth, exhale, count of 4. Take another breath in here. And breathe out. Know that throughout your practice tonight, that child's pose is available to you whenever you want to take a break, or just slow down. And you can stay with this breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth throughout your practice tonight. On your next inhale, walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, placing the left hand on the top of the right hand, on the back of the right hand, and press that left hip away from the fingertips. So really reach back, left hip toward the heels. Take another breath in here. And exhale, walk the hands over to the left corner of the mat. Stack the palms, the right hand on top of the left. Reach through that right hip, feeling the stretch along the right side body. Breathe in deep. And exhale it out. One more inhale here. And breathe out. Walking the hands back to center. Reaching them long one more time. Forehead to the mat. Pressing the hips toward the tops of the heels. Take another breath in as you rise back up to tabletop position. Shoulders over the wrist and knees under your hips, coming to a flat back. Tops of the feet can be on the mat, or if you prefer, you can tuck your toes under. We'll run through a few rounds of cat-cow. As you inhale, lift the tailbone and your gaze up toward the ceiling. Fingertips are spread wide, pressing the mat away. Really exaggerate the movement here. And on your exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, arch the back. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Breath in, exaggerating the cow. And exhale as you arch the back for cat. And come back to a neutral spine. Press through the left palm and reach that right palm overhead. Twisting toward the right. And exhale as you draw the right arm underneath the left armpit, bringing the right ear either to the mat or to a block. And hold here. The left hand can reach long in front of you, or you can keep the left palm underneath the left shoulder, keeping a bent elbow. Taking what you need from the pose, stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Bring that left palm back underneath the left shoulder if you took your arm long in front. And inhale the right arm back overhead, opening up the chest, opening up the heart, twisting to the right one more time. And then exhale, bring the right palm back to the mat. Take another round of cat-cow, moving through cow first. Coming into cat. Flattening your back and pressing through the right palm. Inhaling the left arm up, twisting toward the left. Breathe in deep. And exhale that left arm underneath the right. Left ear to the mat. Right arm can reach long. And stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Bringing the right palm back underneath the right shoulder. Inhale as you lift the left arm. Open up the heart, twisting toward the left. And exhale, brings the left palm back to meet the right. Tuck your toes under, preparing for downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high toward the ceiling, making an inverted V with your body. In down dog, your heels do not have to touch the back of the mat. Knees can stay slightly bent here and plug in to the thumb and the index finger. Fingertips spread wide apart. Hang out here, let the head be heavy. For a few rounds of breath, breathing in deep. Breathe out. Take another breath in here. And gaze toward the top of your mat as you exhale and step your feet forward to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows or biceps with your hands, with opposite hands. Allow the head to be heavy like a bowling ball. You can sway side to side. Can nod your head yes. Can nod your head no. And then take a few moments of stillness here. Taking 3 rounds of breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale it out. One more breath in here. And exhale, empty the lungs completely. Bring the fingertips to the mat. And then come to a halfway lift here. Like a swimmer on a starting block, bringing the fingertips to your shins and draw those shoulders back and down. Coming to a flat back. Hinging at the hips. Gaze straight down. Breathe in here. Exhale it out. Take one more breath in this halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold, back to the mat, fingertips to the mat. Toe heel your feet about a hip width apart. With a slight bend in the knees. On a long inhale, roll all the way up to standing, one vertebrae at a time, allowing the head to be the last to lift. And once you're there, arms reach overhead for mountain pose. The palms are facing each other. Again, shoulders are down, back away from the ears, and ground down into the 4 corners of your feet. Spinning the thighs out, almost as if you're planting yourself into your mat. Hold here, few rounds of breath, breathing in. Exhale it out. Another breath in here. And exhale it out. Bring the palms to touch. Draw them down to your heart center. And close your eyes. Take a moment here to set your intention for your practice this evening. Your intention can be how you want to feel when you leave your mat. Or maybe you're just taking a moment here in this pose to think of something that you are grateful for today, or maybe someone you're grateful for. And with that thought in mind or intention in mind, let's take a round of breath together, emptying your lungs first and inhaling as you reach your arms up, back overhead, coming into mountain. And we'll exhale together, coming into a forward fold. And we'll go through our Sun A here. One breath per movement from forward fold. Inhale to back to a halfway lift. And this time, bring your arms into an airplane arms, reaching the arms back behind you. The palms facing down. So from this airplane arm, halfway lift, forward fold, bringing the fingertips to the mat. And inhale as you reach the arms up, staying in the forward fold, clasping your hands behind your back and reaching the knuckles up toward the ceiling. Stay here for an inhale. And exhale, lower the palms back to the mat, step back 1 foot at a time, coming into high plank. Or moving into a chaturanga here. First, coming down halfway, or maybe all the way down onto your belly, tops of the feet on the mat, and then inhale either for a baby cobra here, or if you're ready, you can come up a little bit higher for upward facing dog. Then flip the toes back to the mat, lift up your hips for downward facing dog. So we'll move through that, 1 breath per movement, moving slowly. This is slow flow. So take a breath in here. And as you exhale, gaze toward the top of the mat and slowly step to the top of the mat. Inhale to a halfway lift. There is no need to rush. Take a breath here. Exhale, come to a forward fold. A slow inhale takes you back up to mountain pose. And a slow exhale takes you all the way back down to a forward fold. Inhale, airplane arms to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips to the mat. Inhale, clasp hands behind back, lift the knuckles. Exhale, fingertips back to the mat, plate your palms, step back, chaturanga, or all the way down to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in here. Breathe it out. Another inhale here. Glance toward the top of the mat. Step forwards slowly. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale right back up to mountain. And exhale, swan dive all the way down. Forward fold. Inhale, airplane arms, halfway lift, flat back, gaze straight down. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the arms, clasp the hands behind the back, reach the knuckles up, opening up the shoulders here. Exhale, brings the fingertips back to the mat, plant the hands, step back, chaturanga, high plank or low plank, all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Filling up the lungs completely. Breathe in deep. And exhale it out. Take another breath in. Empty the lungs completely. And one more inhale here. And let it all go. So one more inhale. Gaze toward the top of the mat and step your feet back up, coming back to that forward fold. We'll come into a chair pose next. So inhale as you reach your arms up overhead, sitting back into a chair pose as if to sit in a really low chair. Your gaze is down toward your mat. Breathe in deep. Breathe out. Stay with your breath here. Should be able to see all 10 toes. Take one more breath here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift with airplane arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms back, clasp the hands behind the back, knuckles up to the ceiling. Head hangs heavy here. Opening up those shoulders. Exhale, bring your hands back to the mat, step back, high plank or low plank. Upward facing dog or baby cobra. Downward facing dog. Next, inhale, reach your right leg up high toward the ceiling. And exhale, step the right foot in between the palms. We'll come into warrior one next. So in warrior one, it's okay if the hips aren't facing the front of the mat. So hips can be maybe at an angle, but allow your shoulders to face toward the front. Arms reaching overhead, like mountain pose, palms facing each other. Bending into that front knee, drawing the knee toward the pinky on that front foot. And stay here for one more inhale. And then exhale, come into warrior two. So the back foot spins parallel to the back of the mat. Front foot can stay planted, the knee is bent, and arms reach out to the side. You can draw your shoulders down away from the ears. And for this first warrior two, gaze is over the middle index finger, just beyond the fingernail. But allow yourself to sink just a little bit deeper. Breathe in and breathe out. And stay with that breath, knowing that you are strong. We'll come into an extended side angle, bending into that front elbow, placing it on the top of the thigh as we reach the back arm or the left arm up overhead, making a straight line from our left fingertips all the way down to our left foot. Breathe in, breathe out. Take one more breath in here. And exhale as you reverse your warrior, moving slowly. That back hand can reach down the back leg. Front knee is still bent. And the right arm reaches up and overhead. Can gaze toward the fingertips on the top hand or down toward your back foot. Whatever is most comfortable for your neck. Take another breath in here. And as you exhale, cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot. Step the front foot back to meet the back foot, coming back into downward facing dog. Take another breath here. Exhale it out. Breathe in. Empty your lungs. And inhale your left foot up high. Exhale as you step the right foot between the palms, moving into warrior one on the opposite side. So the back foot is at like a 45-degree angle. Reach your arms up overhead as you come up into warrior one. That left knee is tracking toward the left pinky. Palms face each other. Take a few rounds of breath here. Staying with the breath. Staying with the work. Take another inhale. And as you exhale, come into a warrior two. That back foot spins parallel to the back of the mat. Arms reach out long. Gaze is just beyond the index finger of your left hand. It's what we refer to as our drishti. It's gazing at a steady point to steady our mind. If we can steady our mind, we can steady our bodies. Stay here for one more inhale. You are strong. Exhaling it out. Take a breath in. And exhale, lower the left elbow to the top of the left thigh. Front knee stays bent. Right arm reaches up and over for extended side angle. Making an angle with your body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take your time. Breathe out. On your next inhale, reverse it. Right arm slides back down the back leg. Left arm reaches up and over. Again, remembering to take care of your neck. Finding the gaze that works for you. Is it down toward your foot? Is it up toward your hand? Take another breath in. And exhale as you cartwheel your hands to frame your front foot. Stepping that front foot back. Coming back into a downward facing dog. And breathing in deep here. And when you exhale, this time make an O shape with your mouth. Breathing in through the nose. An O shape exhale through the mouth. As if to blow out a candle. Come back into a plank position and lower your body all the way back down to your belly. We'll come into baby cobra. So placing the palms underneath the shoulders, zipping the legs together. Chin is on the center of the mat. Take an inhale and lift your chin, chest, and shoulders off the mat. The elbows are pointed toward the back of the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Another breath in. And breathe out. Lower your right cheek to the mat. Arms reach long behind you. And the palms face up. The heels fall out to the side. And stay here for a few rounds of breath. Bringing the shoulders, palms underneath the shoulders, bringing the chin back to the center of the mat. One more baby cobra here. Zipping those legs together and inhaling, lifting the chin, chest, and shoulders off the mat. And if you'd like, you can lift the palms. Drawing the shoulders back. elbows reaching straight back toward the back of the mat. Hold for one more inhale. And exhale all the way back down, chin to the mat. Arms reaching long behind you. One more time. This time, palms planted down. And when we lift this time, lift your chin, chest, and shoulders, your arms, and your legs. Breathing in, lifting, chin, chest, shoulder, arms, and legs. Breathe in deep. Exhale it out. Good breath in. Breathe out. One last breath in here. And now exhale, lower everything back down. Left cheek to the mat. Arms long behind you. Flip the palms. Heels out to the side. Resting on the right side now. So left cheek on the mat. Gaze toward the right side. Bringing your chin back to the center of the mat. Spatula pose is next. So palms return back underneath the shoulders. This time reaching the right arm out to the side. And we'll flip over like a spatula. Placing the right ear on the mat. And that right arm, it reaches long behind us. You can take your left hand and either keep the palm on the mat, or you can reach the left arm straight up, flip the palm, and place the back of the hand on the low back. The knee can point toward the ceiling, or if you prefer, you can keep the leg down, just enjoying the shoulder stretch. And breathing into that shoulder, the right shoulder. Softening through the right shoulder, using your breath. Another inhale here. And exhale, flow back through center. Right hand under right shoulder, left arm reaches out long to the side. Rolling over onto the left side body. Opening up the left shoulder. Right palm can stay on the mat. Left ear can be on the mat. If you have your blocks, you can also use a block as a pillow. Maybe a little easier on your neck. And that right arm can reach up, flipping the palm, enjoying the stretch. The left shoulder. And even a little bit of a stretch on the right side if you flipped your arm, taking a bind. Stay for another inhale here. And exhale, roll back to center. And move back through child's pose, coming into rabbit pose. In rabbit pose, you can tuck all 10 toes under, or you can place the tops of the feet on the mat. Whatever you prefer, yogi's choice. It's almost like a child's pose, but our knees are together. And you fold forward like child's pose, bringing the forehead to the mat, tucking the chin toward the chest. You can grab onto your feet with your hands. It's a very calming pose. Letting those shoulders just drape. And on your next inhale, we're going to come back up, keeping our feet tucked. If you tucked your toes under, that's great. If you didn't and came to the tops of your feet, now would be a good time to tuck the toes under for a toe stand. So with toes tucked under, all 10 toes flat on the mat, sitting up, you can place your hands on the tops of your thighs. If that's a little intense for you, you can also bring a block and place it in between your feet and sit back on a block as opposed to sitting directly onto the tops of your heels. Placing the hands on your thighs. We'll stay here for just a couple of rounds of breath, enjoying the stretch, opening the toes, softening through the shoulders. Softening the muscles in the face. Giving your feet just a little bit of attention. And if you sat on your block, you can remove your block, come out of toe stand, sweeping the legs in front, coming into a butterfly pose. Giving yourself just a gentle foot massage. You can take your right hand and interlace the fingers between the toes on the left foot. Do the same on the opposite side. Squeezing the toes, wrapping them around the fingers. Take a deep breath here. Squeezing tight. Exhale it out and release the fingers. Take your two-piece fingers and wrap those around the two big toes. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, pull yourself gently, slowly forward, coming into a forward fold. Bringing the chin to the chest. Breathe in deep. And exhale it out. Take another breath in here. And breathe out. Come back up to seated, sweeping your legs around, coming back into a downward facing dog. We'll come into pigeon pose next. So from a downward facing dog, getting there safely and slowly. Inhale as you lift your right foot up toward the ceiling and bend into that right knee, bringing the right knee behind the right wrist, maybe toe heeling the left leg long behind you, and bring the top of the left foot to the mat. You can take your blocks, place a block underneath the right hip, and on tall arms, inhale, draw the shoulders back and down, lengthen through the torso. And as you exhale, slowly walk your arms out long. Now you can come to your forearms, and if it's in your practice, you can reach those arms longer and bring the forehead to the mat. You can also bring your forehead to the backs of the hands just by crossing the arms in front of you. But allow yourself to melt into this pose. Allow gravity to take you deeper into the pose. If you notice any areas of tension, simply send your breath there. Begin to walk yourself back up to tall arms. If you use the block, you can take the block from beneath the right hip and allow the toes on the back foot to tuck under. Bring the right foot back to meet the left, coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the left leg, bend into that left knee, and exhale as you bring that left knee behind the left wrist, toe heeling that back leg long, untucking the toes. When you have it as straight as you'd like. And again, if you use the block, you can place that block underneath the left hip. You can stay on tall arms, drawing the shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Lengthening through the torso before you begin to walk your hands out. So as you exhale, walk those arms out, coming all the way down. Flexing into your left foot. Place the head down on a block. Forearms. Reach the arms long. Whatever your body is calling for. Sending the breath to the left hip. Take another inhale here. And breathe out. Next, inhale, walk the arms back up to tall arms. Tuck the back toes under. Remove your block, placing it to the side. Coming back into downward facing dog. And then walk your feet between your hands, coming into seated first. Bending into the right leg and then the left. If you have a strap with you, you can bring your strap with you as you roll back onto your back, one vertebrae at a time, coming to a flat back, taking the strap one side in each hand. And if you don't have a strap handy, that's fine too. So reach your left leg long, bend into your right leg. If you don't have a strap, bend into the right leg and pull the right knee in tight first. And then take your hand, maybe place it behind the calf. If you can reach your foot, that's great. I can't. I'm going to place it behind my calf and straighten through that right leg, pressing the heel toward the ceiling and the toes toward my face. If you have your strap, you take the strap, place it around the ball of the foot, pressing again through the heel, toes toward the face or your forehead. Keeping the left leg planted on the mat. If you don't have a strap and you're using your hands, allow the right leg to fall over toward the right side of your mat, pressing through the heel, heel toward the ceiling, toes toward the earth. And using that right arm as a kickstand, letting that right leg rest there. Again with the strap, placing the strap around the ball, the foot, using the strap as a kickstand. Inhale as you lift the right leg back through center. If you have the strap, take the strap in the opposite hand. No strap, simply take your left hand and rest that leg onto your left hand, bending through the elbow, using that left arm as a kickstand. Pressing through the left heel, toes toward the earth. Inhale back through center. And then bend into the right leg, reach it long, bend into the left leg. Placing the hands behind the calves, pressing the heel toward the ceiling, toes toward your face. Breathe in and exhale as you lower the left leg toward the right side of the mat, left side of the mat. Right arm can reach straight out to the side. Toes down, heel up. Press through the heel. Breathe in. Draw the left leg through center. Right hand acts as a kickstand. Press through the heel. And then bring that leg back through center. Bend the left knee, hold it in tight. And left leg reaches long to meet the right. We'll come into happy baby next. Bending into both knees, reaching through between the legs, pressing down the soles of the feet, drawing the knees toward the armpits. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take another breath in here. And as you exhale, bring both legs back to the mat. Long, taking up as much space as you need for your final posture of our practice, Savasana. Arms out to your sides. The palms can face up or down. Maybe lift the shoulders from underneath the back and close your eyes. Bring your attention back to this space. And take a few moments of rest here. And I will awaken you when it is time. Feel free to remain in Savasana and tune out my voice. Otherwise, bring your attention back into the space. Taking micro movements. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. Roll out your wrist and roll out your ankles. Reach your arms overhead. Take an inhale and stretch as if to stretch for the first time of the day. Bend into the right knee and then the left. And roll over onto your right side or your left side, you choose, using your elbow as a pillow. Keeping the eyes closed, your gaze soft. Maybe remembering the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice.
or the thoughts that you had when you thought of the one thing that you were grateful for today, or the one person, or maybe a group of people. And with that thought in mind, give yourself a gentle smile, lifting the left side of your mouth and then the right. And pressing yourself up to the front of your mat, crossing your legs, keeping those eyes closed, bringing your palms to touch at your heart center. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice. Bowing our heads together. Namaste.